Hi guys, welcome back to Liming with Courtney. Just want to talk to you a little bit more about COVID-19. Guys, we just can't keep track. There's another update. While editing this video, I learned that there are 2 more cases in Jamaica, so the total is now 10. I want to talk to you about the importance of being kind to each other. I know we are all afraid, but there's a big difference between fear and discrimination. There's a lot that is happening, not only in Jamaica, but worldwide. We know about xenophobia in other countries, particularly as it relates to Asians. In Jamaica, I have not seen any reports about that. But in today's papers, there are a number of articles referring to the discrimination that persons have been experiencing as a result of the virus existing on the island of Jamaica. Just for those of you who don't know, patient 0, it has been confirmed that she was staying in the Bull Bay community in Jamaica, and since her case was confirmed, there are 2 persons from that community who have been diagnosed as having the virus. As a result of that, the government took a decision that they would place the community under a 14-day quarantine. It is specifically the community of 7 Miles Bull Bay in the parish of St. Andrew. And unfortunately, because of the quarantine on the entire community, a lot of persons are blaming patient 0. But we have to understand that there are several, or if not hundreds of persons who will get this virus and not immediately display any symptoms and therefore come in contact with members of the public and unknowingly infect members of the public. From reports, patient 0 came to Jamaica to attend a funeral. The name of the funeral has since been released. And as a result of her attendance at the funeral, a number of persons were placed under quarantine. And eventually, after 2 persons with whom she had close contact, after those 2 persons were confirmed cases of COVID-19, the government took a decision to place the entire community under quarantine. One of the persons who contracted the virus is patient 0's own father. Now, this is where logic should not move away from fear, because even though we're afraid, we have to think logically. Logically, would patient 0 have deliberately given her father the disease so that he too could be unwell? Obviously not. So we have to consider that. The allegations that she deliberately went around and infected persons is quite unfortunate. There's an article in today's paper that the family of patient 0 have been getting death threats. Relatives of the woman who became Jamaica's first confirmed case of the coronavirus 2019, that is the COVID-19, have been getting death threats from angry residents in their community. 2 members have actually revealed this to the media house. The members allege that persons told them that they're going to burn down their house, that the patient 0 knowingly passed on the virus, and that the family tried to keep it under wraps. Pictures are being circulated of family members of patient 0, and this includes pictures of children. The 2 family members say other residents are furious over the community-wide dislocation since health officials confirmed that the first case of the coronavirus was in the seaside community east of the capital city. Nurses are also being left stranded by fearful taxi drivers. Taxi drivers across Jamaica are being warned by Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton that the government may confiscate their licenses if they continue to bar nurses from accessing their services due to fear that COVID-19 may be transferred to them and other passengers. I know that we are supposed to be practicing social distancing, but there are some jobs that we have that will require us to still interact in fairly close proximity with a number of individuals. I'm not saying that I don't understand that taxi drivers are afraid of contracting the virus, but if you do not give assistance to the nurses who are going to these hospitals, who are going to the health facilities to render care to persons who have contracted the virus or persons who might be displaying symptoms that are similar to the virus, how are you going to minimize the transmission of the virus? Nurses are to be protected, especially in this time. Health officials overall need to be protected. And let's think about it realistically. You might actually see a nurse in her uniform, but you have passengers from all other walks of life going in your vehicle. You don't know if they have the virus. You don't know if they just came off a plane from a country that has a high number of persons with the virus. You don't know. So if you are a taxi driver and you are transporting a passenger and you collect money, it doesn't matter if it's a nurse, if it's a fireman, if it's a builder. Once you take the money, you hand sanitize your hands, you keep your hands out of your face, which is a practice that all of us have to adopt. Prison visits have also been suspended. The Department of Correctional Services says effective Monday, March 16, all external visits to the facilities will be suspended for 2 weeks as part of its COVID-19 prevention plan to decrease the likelihood of the spread of the virus within facilities island-wide. Schools have also been closed for a 14-day period. Palace Amusement also indicated that its cinemas will be closed until further notice. I understand that you might be fearful that if you're placed under home quarantine, you might run out of toilet tissue, but one person taking up 5 packs, with each pack having 24. I mean, that's enough tissue. One pack alone can last you for several months. Why are you doing that? And if you think that the toilet tissue is so helpful, why would you purposely try to deny access to toilet tissue for other persons? If you think it's going to help you in relation to the virus, by not helping others, you don't think it's going to spread the virus even more? Let's just be logical. The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health and Wellness indicated that only citizens and persons who have residency or long stay arrangements or marriage exemptions will be landed in Jamaica. Champs is cancelled, guys, so put up your school colors. Some are for it, some are against it. Those who are against it are saying, why not have it without an audience? It's unfair to those, especially in final year, but the reality is it's off. There's a silver lining for revelers in Jamaica. Carnival was not fully cancelled. It has been postponed to October 25, 2020, so you can still work on your body and go on the road. I'll just finish off by indicating, guys, that not every cough and sneeze is the coronavirus. The symptoms of coronavirus sometimes includes headaches, common, that you'll have a fever. Sometimes you'll have fatigue. There is no sneezing with the coronavirus. And you can just look at the list of other symptoms. Ever wondered what the difference between isolation and quarantine is? Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, this has been Liming with Courtney.